Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, as you can see by the title, is gonna be very different. It's taken me a while to get to the place to have the confidence and the vulnerability to sit down and have this conversation with you guys. But I wanna talk to you about what's been going on in my personal life and behind the scenes of the camera that has led to me making the decision on my own to shut down both Jaclynroxanne jewelry and my Koze comfort line. This is a very difficult conversation for me to have, although I am ready just because I have finally, over the last couple of months, had to really admit my wrongs and where I personally fucked up as a creator, as an owner, and as a CEO. When things are up in flames or I'm feeling extremely unhappy or depressed, I tend to put on a happy face and act like everything is totally okay. Later, I come out and I say, oh, I had a drinking problem, or oh, I was depressed, or this, that, or the other, and it tends to shock people. And that really is the story of what's going on right now. I'm gonna rewind you guys because I wanna let you in a little bit on my life and what's actually going on and what's led up to this decision. This all goes back to Jaclyn Cosmetics. This all goes back to my love for makeup, and this all goes back to my lipstick launch. I know I'm already getting emotional and it's still the beginning of the video, but this is a very emotional topic and I'm sick of acting like it's not, and I'm sick of making jokes about it because that's a way that okay, hold on. I'm gonna drip. It's just a way for me to process and cope with the trauma that it's caused me. It's just a coping mechanism. Ugh. But there's actually nothing funny about it whatsoever. There's nothing funny about the way I handled it. There's nothing funny about what came of it. Growing up, all of my dreams revolved around makeup. My first dream was that I wanted to be a makeup artist and I wanted to open up a beauty salon where we offered makeup, hair, and then photography in the back. So you could get your full glam and then you could have photos of your full glam so that you would be able to remember that special moment forever. Then I got a job at MAC Cosmetics and I worked there for 4 years. And when we weren't busy, all I would do was just stand there and I would mix blushes together and lip glosses, and I would come up with different ideas and different products that I would love to create. And it never even seemed like a reality for me because I was working at MAC and I didn't have money at the time. Like, it was just like an exciting dream, right? It was a pipe dream. Then YouTube came along and my dreams just kept getting closer and closer to me. I started doing collabs. I started seeing the revenue and the income that was bringing in. And I was like, oh my God, I could actually, like, my dream could come true. Like, my little girl dream could come true. Like, I could create my own cosmetic line. Like, this is like insane that I even had the resources and the ability and the following to have that opportunity to do. And so I did it. I fulfilled that dream by doing everything that I thought possibly was right to create Jaclyn Cosmetics. And I had so many people tell me, don't call it Jaclyn Cosmetics, you know, in case it fails or in case you want to sell it one day. And I was so passionate. I was like, no, I'm naming it after me. This is Jaclyn Cosmetics. Like, this is my heart and soul. I worked on that for years thinking that I literally crossed every T and dotted every I. And I thought that lipstick launch was going to be my legacy. Like 18 nude shades in one launch. It literally had never been done before. And I thought that was just gonna be like, it was gonna just like crack the earth. And that was gonna be the beginning of my legacy. That was my little girl dream that was coming to reality. And who gets to experience a moment like that? Anyways, we all saw what happened with those lipsticks. And like I said, although I make jokes about it, it still haunts me all the time. And it's what led to opening up and starting these other brands. Had to take a little break to gather myself. Whew. So after my lipstick launch happened and things obviously did not go as planned, I honestly became zombie-like. I did the absolute bare minimum as a founder and CEO. I just relied on my team to just kind of like float me through everything. I fell into such a depression. And when I say that, I don't say that lightly. Like, I turned to alcohol. That's when I gained well over 40 pounds like that, just because I was not taking care of myself in any way, shape, or form. The way I handled the lipsticks is the biggest regret of my entire life, ever. Like, launching them, that was a shitty situation, you know? But the way I handled it is my biggest regret ever, because it's not just like I gave up on cosmetics, I gave up on myself. I gave up on my little girl dream. I gave up on me. And I felt like such a failure. And instead of picking myself up, getting back up, getting myself together, I just relied on a lot of people who honestly were in my life at the time, and they were yes men. I was surrounded by yes men. I was surrounded by people who were just kind of telling me what to do, almost like robotic. And that's when I decided to create 2 new brands. Instead of pouring myself back into cosmetics, taking accountability and not giving up on myself, I decided, well, gotta create new brands, gotta prove myself to my followers that, I'm a bad bitch and I can do this. And I'll be honest, you guys, like just keeping it real, I kind of feel like it was a pressure that was put on me in the sense I put on myself of like all of my peers, they all have brands. Like that's what you do. Like you create a YouTube channel, you get the income, and then you create your own brand, something that can make you money going forward. And I looked around and I see everybody, it's like Manny, Laura, Desi, Katie, all these people who are in the same space as me at the same time are all creating brands. And to me, it looks like they're thriving. And I'm like, oh, I got to do it too. And that's really another thing that I fucked up on in a decision that I made that ended up hurting me, because at the end of the day, guys, I don't really want to be a brand owner. I know that so many people thrive doing that. There's people and personalities out there that like a Kim Kardashian, like I think that's what makes them happy, is like just to like create more and more brands. And for me, that's not it. Like I was my happiest doing makeup, working on Jaclyn Cosmetics, doing collabs, and just having a relationship with my followers, honest to God. And that's what it comes down to, is these brands are not serving me anything. They're not bringing me happiness. And I don't care about the money at this point. I've gotten to the age, I definitely went through a phase where it's like money was a driver, fame was a driver, and that no longer is even part of my desires in life. I'm just craving happiness and mental stability and clarity, and I've been so lost due to the decisions that I've made surrounding my cosmetic line and then leading into Jaclynroxanne and Koze. So I have made the decision on my own to shut these brands down, because it's time to own up to my shit and own up to myself what makes me happy and what I want, and also share with you this as well, because I've always been the person for the past 10 years online to tell you to do what makes you happy, to follow your dreams. And, I thought that creating these brands was the right idea. I was in a fog at the time. I was just like, okay, sure, we're now gonna create jewelry. Don't get me wrong, you guys, I love jewelry and I love my jewelry. Look, I'm wearing it all right now. Like, I'm proud of it. Koze right here. Literally, I've got my blanket with me at all times. Softest blanket ever. Love it. I love it. I'm proud of it, but I'm not excited about it. And that's the thing. It's like, I get excited over cosmetics. I'm not excited over these things. And I kind of had this like aha moment recently where I'm like, I don't want to be known as the Koze girl. I don't want to be known as the blanket girl. I don't want to be known as the jewelry girl. Like, that's not supposed to be my legacy. My legacy was supposed to be cosmetics. That's what I've loved since I was a kid. Like, that was my original dream, was something in the makeup creative space. And at this time of my life, I just want to get back to that. That's just what I desire. And I hope that my honesty and vulnerability with you guys, I hope that it helps some of you in the sense of, you don't have to feel like you have to do it all. Some people, they thrive on that. But then there's people like me, and it's like, I don't want to have 60 employees that I oversee. I don't want to be on Zoom calls all day, every day. Like, I want to do something creative. I want to work with my hands. Like, I want to, you get it. I also just want to say, because it's something that I've wanted to say, just like loud and proud with my chest, is that I feel like my social media is just, it almost looks like one big brand deal. Because I've got these 3 brands, and in order to pay for the salaries and keep my warehouse open and everything that it takes to run a business here in Tampa, like, I have to have launches all the time. And then I've got Jaclyn Cosmetics and I've got Ulta promos. And it's like, I feel like I'm just always pushing product in your face, and I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I'm so over it. Like, I can't stand, I feel like a salesman, and it's just not me, and it feels icky. Even though I love these products, it's just too much. I just jumped into the dive in without floaties, and I don't know how to swim, and that's how my life has felt for the past couple of years. And honestly, you guys, I have missed connecting with you so much, but keeping it real, I feel very scared to be super vulnerable. That's one of the reasons why I created Jaclyn's Journey, because it was kind of like something that I could slip in on my YouTube channel to try to get like that human connection back with you guys, with my followers. Sorry, there's a fuzzy. That was kind of me testing the waters, because I do get so scared of people's opinions and backlash on my life, whatever it may be. There's just negativity, and it makes it so hard for me just to be vulnerable and open and honest with you guys because I'm just so scared of what people are gonna have to say. And I hate that. I just wanna get back to creating content and having a friendship here and having fun with you guys, something that has nothing to do with pushing my brands. Ugh. Somebody told me yesterday, and I love this analogy, that it's like I took the wrong exit on the highway and now I'm making a U-turn. I'm getting back on the highway. And I was like, whoa, that really resonated with me so much. And it's like, honestly, like I'm kind of backpedaling. You know, it's like people are like launching brands and like finding all this success through social media. And here I am like shutting my brands down. It's very humbling. It's been hard to get to this point where I'm just like okay with that, where I'm like, I'm okay with the fact that I'm closing down these brands. And the internet might have a lot to say about it, but like I'm doing this for me. I want to get back to what makes me happy. And I've never been happier in my life, like my business life and my career, than when I was just simply creating content. And I miss it so much. I do want to take a moment to address the naming of my brand Koze, because there's been a lot of talk about it. And although I have not addressed it publicly, does not mean that I am not handling it privately. That's really something that I wish the internet would be more aware of, is that you only see moments and minutes throughout my entire week in my life, but behind the scenes is where everything is actually happening. So although I may not address something, does not mean that it's not keeping me up at night and something that I am constantly dealing with and obsessing over and trying to make right. I just want you guys to keep that in mind. What you see here on camera is just a tiny, tiny glimpse into what my life actually looks like. So as a lot of you guys may know, there is a Canadian creator, and she had an online digital platform called All Things Koze. And Koze was spelled the same way as my brand, Koze. So at the time, I hired a trademark attorney to make sure that whatever name my team and I came up with for my brand was gonna be able to be used legally. We came up with over 100 different names. Everything was taken. We created names from scratch, taken. Everything was trademarked until we came up with the name Koze, spelled Koze. My attorney told me, trademark is open. It's all yours. Great. Where I personally messed up as an owner, as a founder, as a CEO, was not doing my own due diligence on the social media side of things. I was not made aware that there was a smaller Canadian creator with an online platform that had that exact same spelling within the brand name. Until we had placed an order for everything, for the blankets, for the robes, for the pajamas, for the socks, for the slippers. And then that's when I was made aware of the spelling being the same. The second that I was made aware of the situation, my team and I reached out to her directly to try to make this right. And we never heard back from her. And I completely understand why, because I would be pissed off if I was her as well. All right, the situation sucks. I'm just giving you my perspective of what happened behind the scenes of the camera. So I wanna let you guys know what you can expect to see from Jaclynroxanne and Koze as these two brands are shutting down. It's not as easy as just going into the warehouse and turning off the lights and saying, everybody go home, the brands are closed. We have placed POs months and months ago that we are committed to. I also have a team of employees out here in Tampa at the warehouse. They depend on these salaries to feed their families. So it's not like I'm just laying everybody off and saying, we're done, go home. Everybody has a heads up. Everybody has a chance to figure out what they want to do while we are shutting down and having this open, transparent conversation with not only my employees, but my followers as well. You will see massive sales hitting the website. You'll also see a couple of new things coming to the website. Like for instance, I have a collection. I'm actually wearing one of the necklaces right now that's launching, I believe, this week. And then we have some blankets and like another robe coming in as well. We committed to these purchase orders earlier in the year before I finally made this decision. So you'll see a few new things trickle in as we are shutting things down. And then as we sell through, you will see everything come to a complete close in the next couple of months. As for Jaclyn Cosmetics goes, honestly, you guys, I don't know the future of my brand. I really don't. I mean, because of everything that I've said to you this entire video, I really don't know. I mean, I really stepped away and I really just did the bare minimum, and I was given such an incredible opportunity to be in Ulta stores, and I've done the bare minimum supporting my brand in Ulta, which is crazy because that's literally my dream. I could just cry over this. Like, I remember working at the Mac store, all right? And this is when I was physically on food stamps. And during my lunch break, at Mac, I would walk upstairs in the Chicago Woodfield Mall and I would go into the Ulta store and I would just walk around and stare. And I remember feeling like always slightly embarrassed because like the sales girls would be like, can I help you? And I'd be like, oh no, it's okay. Because I did not have $1 to spend on makeup, but I would just walk around and swatch stuff and just like dream about like being able to own these things. And I've talked about this. I talked about this like 8 years ago. on my YouTube channel. And just to then fast forward and have my own Jaclyn Cosmetics in Ulta stores, like talk about whoo. And I haven't even given that relationship the love that it deserves because I just felt like such a failure. Even though Ulta believed in me, I didn't believe in myself. How crazy is that? So at this point, I don't know what's gonna happen with Jaclyn Cosmetics because of the decisions that I've made, because of the fact that I did the bare minimum. It's just wild to think that that is what started my YouTube career, turning on some rinky-dink camera, using a lamp as my lighting, recreating a Kim Kardashian cosmopolitan winged eyeliner look, like with nothing to get out of it. I didn't know you could make money on YouTube. I didn't know you could make a career out of it. I just thought it was a community that you could possibly build where you learn makeup. Like that's all I thought it was back in 2011. And so, yeah, I definitely feel ashamed and like I blew it. And that might be the case, but I'm gonna own up to it and own my shit. And at this point, it's like, let's just see what the future holds, you know? But I'm just sick of trying to chase validation. I just wanna be happy. I want mental stability. I'm so sick of feeling lost or doing what I feel like I'm supposed to do or what people are telling me to do. Like, I'm just ready to take my life into my own hands. And I've been working really hard on that recently. I said what I said, we're done. And just moving forward with what I wanna do and what's gonna make me happy no matter what that looks like. All I know is we do have one last launch in our pipeline that's actually coming out this month. And it's the most innovative product that I've ever created. You will see that I really put time and effort into this product with my team. There's nothing like it. There's no formula that I have ever seen on the market like this. It is so beautiful and so unique. And I'm so excited for it to launch. And I just wanna be able to give my brand the love that it deserves, even if it ends up shutting down too. Like on the way out, I've got to just like stay true to myself and like that little Jaclyn, if you will. I've got to honor that. I've got to honor my true original love and passion and dream. And that's where I'm at. So that's it, you guys. I hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope that this video was more to you than just me announcing that I'm closing down my brands. I hope that there's a message that you can take away in this video, whatever it may be. I hope that you guys just follow your hearts, take care of yourself first, take care of your heart, take care of your mind, take care of your mental health. Get yourself in a good mental stable place and then make your own decisions, and don't let other people push you into decisions. Don't feel like you have to, you know, be this girl boss in order to prove something to anybody else. Just follow your heart and what makes you happy. And you know that I have preached that for the last 11 years here on my channel. So that's it. I love you guys, and I'm looking so forward just to getting back to doing content that I love, and that I'm excited about. I've missed you. Even though I've been here, it's like I've been a little shell of me, and I've missed you. And that's it. I love you. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.